Welcome, Crafty Vampire from Ottawa, Canada. Welcome, Serious Driver from Rocky Point, Mexico. And Germany. Well, I'm glad you all are here because we have an international discount code for you today, too. Because monorail. Yay, Pin Daddy, I'm glad you made it. Yay, Colin Bax, thanks for being here, number one. Hello, Blue Continental, Miss Crystal from the Marco's Specialties Warehouse. Are you hiding in that front warehouse, Crystal? Arcade Crusaders are here. Awesome. From Royston, UK. Don Ford. It's always good to see you. Mr. Bolton, my love. Greetings. Oh, and Dig from the Netherlands. Wow, it's awesome. Hello, Mark Wittes. Drogger, what's up? Roller Pinball from plain old Indiana. I like Indiana. Let's go.
What? Monorail. Okay, no one can see me anyways.
All right,
You know, a man with money's a little
Kyle
like the
demanded it,
mule
y'all.
with a spinning
Yeah,
wheel.
y'all have
no
to
one
see
knows
Monorail.
how he got it, and danged if he knows how to use it.
Mule.
The name's Lanley, Lyle Lanley. And I come before you good
Yeah,
people
that's the
tonight
one.
with
You
an
just totally
idea.
messed it up, man.
I give you the Springfield Monorail. There's nothing on earth like a genuine bona fide
what we
electrified
did.
six-car
Is
monorail.
that camera okay?
What I say?
Yeah, it's not.
Monorail.
What's it called?
Monorail.
That's right, monorail.
Yeah.
Yes, aren't they? Aren't they on? Okay.
I hear those things are awfully loud.
It glides as softly as
I
a
love
cloud.
this scene.
Is there a chance the track
never
could
really
bend?
got to watch
Not
The
on your
Simpsons
life,
when I
my
was a
Hindu
kid.
friend.
What about us Brendan slabs?
You'll be given cushy jobs.
Were you sent here
I
by
had
the
a
devil?
Simpsons poster
No,
in
good
my
sir,
bedroom.
I'm on the level.
The ring
Look,
came
see,
off my
people
pudding
like
can.
monorail.
Take my penknife, my
When I
good
was
man. I
talking
swear
about
it's
it with,
Springfield's only choice. Throw up your hands and raise your voice.
Oh.
What's it
Well, I don't
called?
want to bring up
Once again.
Pin Daddy, thanks for the subscribe. All right, that's it.
Hey, it's us.
Monorail.
It's a great song. Now, hold on. I need to preface
Monorail.
all of this with when I brought that joke up with Steve and Emoto, they had no idea what I was talking about, and they thought I was insane. So hopefully you
It's
guys
true.
are familiar
But I
with
remember
the monorail.
now that you sent me the link, and I was like, okay, yeah, we have to play this on the show. You're right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We have a lot of people from all over the world to all come together and watch us work on The Simpsons, Data East Simpsons. Hello, Sarah from Facebook. Welcome, welcome. As you see, we have a brand new face with us here on PinTech Live. Everyone say hi to Kelly.
Hello,
Hey,
everyone.
Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Hello. Hi. My name is Kelly. Oh, you want me to introduce myself? I'm already stepping on your toes. Already, here we
Tell
go.
everyone who you are.
Do it. Step all over him.
So my name is
She's
Kelly.
ready.
I am still a newbie to the pinball world. I came on board with Marco Specialties in September. I played pinball a little bit in my youth, but not a lot. I didn't have an arcade nearby. I didn't know anybody with a machine. But I did enjoy it. It definitely left its impression on me. And I was super excited to get to be a part of the world of pinball before I even knew just how big Marco Specialties is. So it's a great honor to be with the company and to be amongst fellow pinheads now. So
One of us.
that's right, yeah.
One of us.
We're kind of a big
Yeah.
deal, so.
But yeah, so it's a completely new industry for me. I did something else completely different for many years. But yeah, I work in the
was
customer
totally
service
gonna ask
department,
that.
so I've probably talked to some of you streaming or watching the stream right now. We love our customers. You're super, super awesome and fun to chat with and talk about like whatever games you've gotten. It's always great hearing about, oh yeah, I just found this piece. Somebody had it in their garage for 25 years. They don't know what they're doing, but I've restored it. It's so fun. My family loves it. All of those great things. So
The best stories.
yeah, it's
Awesome.
really great.
And Kelly has like the best phone voice ever.
Well, and I attribute that to two factors. One, my dad owned his own locksmithing business when I was in middle school. And so our home phone was the business phone. So I got trained real early on how to talk to people over the phone. Also, I have a bachelor's of music in vocal performance. So I use my voice.
We almost got Kelly to sing Monorail for us, but I
Next
fumbled that one.
episode, she said. So
Yeah.
Kelly is learning pinball tech repair.
That's right.
And so we have her on the show. She's going to do some of our flipper installations and some other little stuff. We're going to all learn together today. So thanks for joining us, Kelly. Everyone in the chat wants to know, what is your current favorite pinball machine?
Oh yeah, well that's easy. That's super easy because
Everyone's favorite question.
I love playing Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast. Specifically, I play the premium, right?
Yep.
And I play at Transmission in downtown Columbia. So that is my favorite. I was actually just razzing Kyle here about how it needs to be re-leveled now that it has been located to
Hello, Mr. Operator.
Yeah,
It's been moved, and so it plays differently. The floor, it's an old downtown Columbia building.
Yeah.
The floors are not fully level.
The
so
worst pinball floors
Mr.
I've ever
Teals.
experienced. They're very, very cattywampus.
That's right. That's right. So sorry, JR. Sorry, everybody down at Transmission, but Kyle is definitely going to fix that, and then it's going to play like the beast that it is.
Crack that whip. That's awesome.
I'll get it tonight.
You know, like you've been playing pinball a lot, and when you get to the level that you can actually notice when the game's not playing
That's right.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's awesome.
That's an important thing. When not necessarily just like not even level, but like when the pitch is just bad.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, I'll get on that. No
Yeah,
problem.
and I can totally see why a person might want a particular game to play a certain way and might not want it necessarily perfectly level. But Iron Maiden's not one of those.
No,
so.
Iron Maiden needs to be fast and brutal and like all over you all the time. So
Yeah, and to have it leveled perfectly so you can hit that like figure 8 shots over and over and over
yeah.
again.
Oh, yeah.
So satisfying.
yeah, I think the
So
problem with
satisfying.
Transmission is it seems
Get
like
him, Kelly. That's funny. Everyone in the chat's like, yeah.
yeah, that guy
Awesome.
sucks. It's I don't know. I mean, that building has to be 115 years old, maybe more.
Yeah, in fact, if I may, downtown Columbia, most of the fire damage to like the original historic part of downtown was along Gervais Street, not necessarily that far north on Main Street.
Interesting.
So it's true, that particular building might be much older than, say, some things closer to the physical
To
capital.
the capital.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, well, however they built it, It seems like it is very high in the middle and very low on all the edges. So like some of the games, to get them right, we have to put 2x4s under the back legs to like get them steep enough like to be able to pitch them right. It's a bad place for pinball, but it is a great place for pinball.
It's a great place for pinball, and it further illustrates the DIY nature of pinball.
There we go.
You got to make it work, you know?
Sometimes the solution you need is not straight out of the box. You gotta think about it.
That's right.
And cut things and put things under things and, you know.
That's right. Make it work.
Make it work.
Make it work. Make it fun.
Make it fun? Yeah, I guess making it fun is half the fight. Pinball is supposed to be about fun, not about getting frustrated and trying to fix things that are broken. So.
That's right.
That was a great introduction. Thanks for running with it.
That was a really awesome introduction. So little tech stuff, Kyle, for some reason you guys are just coming in through our mono track instead of stereo.
I didn't do anything.
Strange.
I didn't do anything.
I know, I think our setup is exactly the same, so it's interesting.
Click your
how that changed.
plus button.
Mr. Giletti is
I
here.
can click the plus
It's
button.
okay.
I got you.
That's awesome.
It's over the close.
Pinball is always fun.
I got you. We're towed
Even
all the
when
way
you're
up.
super frustrated at not being able to get a high score in Guardians of the Galaxy because you don't understand the rules, it's still fun.
No, it is. No, that's the thing about pinball, right? Is like people always ask, well, when I used to work for Chris Kuntz at the Pinball Pirate, we'd have a bunch of people that wanted to buy their first pinball machine. And, you know, they always wanted Addams Family, or they always wanted Black Knight, or Captain Fantastic, or Wizard, right? Those were the games that everyone remembered when they were a kid. And they'd always give that, you know, the question of, what is the best pinball machine? What is the most fun pinball machine? And it's like, that is an impossible question, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all about A, personal preference, but B, what I find fun is also not necessarily someone's cup of tea, right? Like, I want to play games where you just get to make the ball do cool things. And that is the most vague explanation of fun, you know? So what I like is absolutely not what other people might like. That's why I like all these old games so much, you know? That's why I like, you know, there's something about Deadpool that's just like the perfect pinball machine to me. Iron Maiden, there's something about it being the perfect pinball machine to me. But so many people really dislike those games for one reason or another, maybe.
I feel like it's just like, I mean, we can talk about the top 10 movies ever made, and sure, you know, statistically, lots of people like those movies, but you're always going to have differences of opinions for any number of reasons. But I agree. I mostly like just hitting stuff with the ball. It doesn't even have to be cool or creative or high scoring. I'm getting better at all of those things as I play more. But ultimately, just that physical smashing of the ball into stuff is really satisfying.
That's why I like drop targets. That's why I like spinners a lot. Those are my two favorite things because they really do.
And flex saves.
And flex saves, right? Yeah, but, you know, but that's the other thing too, right? Is like we've got a total opposite end of the spectrum, and some people might not care what the ball does on the game, and they might only want to figure out the games that have those cool exploits to make your shots worth tons and tons of points and going for a pure score.
Right.
And, you know, that's why it's fun. I like fixing pinball machines more than I like playing pinball machines a lot of the time, right? I like making them nice more than I enjoy playing them. So
I think that you can definitely stamp your nerd card on that one.
Yeah. I'm a giant. Yeah, my nerd card is kind of filled out. I might need to get an extended version now or something. But, you know. Anyways, hi everybody. That was fun. It's fun having someone else on the show that has an energy level that's like here.
Do I need to tone it down? Am I too much?
No. It's great because it's making me not just
no, it's good.
Okay,
be a monotonous like, yep, we're gonna fix a game today.
All right.
So, where were we at in Moto? You need to be the director because my brain's all over the place.
I was letting that conversation play out. That was awesome. So, a few housekeeping notes. If you guys have noticed our bottom ticker right there at the bottom right, we have our 24-hour free domestic shipping for orders over $99 code. It's active today until Friday, and the code is all caps PT-monorail. And check that out. We got our international shipping codes worked out. So you can also get $10 off international shippings using the same code. Make sure to do it in the international checkout page. and that's good for the 24 hours too. So that's international. Yes, that means you too, Canada. So everyone gets a little $10
Canada, you are in fact
on
international.
PinTech.
That's fantastic. Yeah,
That's really awesome.
Yeah, we definitely love our whole customer base, but it's been particularly great to see the increase in our international sales.
Hello, Brett Smith.
And
Yeah.
it's so great to be able to pass on that saving. So awesome. Be
always-
mindful of the times though, right? 24 hours from airing. Is that
Right
correct?
now, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
3
it's 3
o'clock
p.m.
tomorrow.
Eastern. So tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, it will stop. So do your time zone calculations. Google has a
Accordingly.
calendar for that, a calculator for that. Or whatever,
When I
so.
used to be on the
What's the
phones
word?
more often,
Monorail.
I would always get so sad when Canadian people would call in. Well, they wouldn't say that they're from Canada, and they'd be like, "Well, I need this, 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 and this." And it was always like small stuff. I'm like, "Okay, cool. Like, let's fill this out. Well, where are we gonna ship it to?" They're like, "Oh, blah blah blah, Halifax," and I'm like, "Oh crap!" You know, it's like we're already like 3/4 of the way through the damn thing. It's like, okay, I'll just make it work.
Yeah.
Well, like pack it into the smallest box possible, like uninsured, and be like, "Look, if this doesn't get here, it's not my fault, but I'm gonna try to get this
Kind
to you."
of the wild west of international ordering back then. We're
Yeah.
so grateful for our third-party biller. Can I say their name? Am I allowed to give them a shout out?
They're just our partner.
We put
But
Zonos up on there.
yeah, okay, fine, Zonos.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my boys at Zonos a shout out because
Yeah,
they
they're
have
awesome.
really streamlined that international ordering process for both Marco Specialties and the customer base. I think, and so
Yeah.
it's great. It's great to get everything flowing.
Yeah, anybody
trying,
who
y'all. Thanks for being
remembers the
patient
old
with us.
system, let us know how much better this is to make us all feel better about what we're doing. So
About our partnership.
I see Fliptronic in the chat.
Wild Man said, yeah, Fliptronic singing Monorail.
Oh, good. But hold on. I need to ask
Yeah.
a question. I didn't reach out to you, but did you fix X-Files, or do I need to burn you some new ROMs? Please let me know.
Wild Man says, I wish we had a wish list like Amazon does so they can remember what parts they were looking at. That's on the top of the priority
Next
list.
level.
Well, I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's the top of my priority list for the list I gave to the IT team. So it is on there, a wish list, like a saved cart and individual saved carts. So you could make a saved cart for, you know, Stargazer, and then you have a saved cart for Buck Rogers, and you can come back to it. That's my dream.
Yeah.
X-Files is fixed, Kyle.
Good. See, I told you there was nothing wrong. It wasn't my fault. It was yours. No, I'm just kidding. Good. Per only orders big boxes, so you're used to spreading the.
Thanks,
the
Per
shipping. That's
Monson.
good. Oh,
It was a
really?
loose icy mount.
Oh, did you need to take the board out to fix it, or was it just happenance? I'm glad you fixed it. Good job. I also saw your Bride of Pinball. I didn't get to watch the stream live, but I tuned in for a bit on the VOD, and it was fun. So, anyways.
Awesome. Well, let's get into it. Let's go to the game, shall we?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it'd be fun to just
So-
talk the whole time, but you know.
Last week we introduced the Simpsons. This is Data East Simpsons, not to be confused with the Simpsons Pinball Party. This is
Yeah.
a very different game.
That's right, the
This is
original
our
Simpsons.
Springfield city planning episode. So we are doing, I'm switching over, give me a second. We are doing some reassembly on this guy.
No,
You can see.
we're not. It's actually reassembled.
Oh, you got all the plastics on and stuff. It looks so pretty.
Yeah, there's a few things like I didn't get the 90-degree brackets to put the Quickie Mart back, and like some of the things that live here, the take a picture with Bigfoot plastic up in the top. So I'll do that later. But otherwise, the game is all back together. The goal today was to do a little bit of exploratory surgery. Kelly is going to do flipper stuff. But while I was putting this back together, I broke a post in the T-nut up here. So we're also going to do a little bit of T-nutting, and then I can put the
Yeah, we're
last.
gonna do some tea nutting.
That's right. Leave it to
Yeah,
me
I've
to
been
make
waiting for some
innuendo.
tea
Sounds like
nutting.
another T-shirt idea.
Yes. Oh, we could have all sorts of awesome T-shirts. And I also need to figure out why these guys aren't working, and maybe they're just dead, lazy bulbs. They do have the brass base, so these could be really old. Either way, yeah. We should be able to flip this thing once we are done working on the flippers. So
Awesome.
when Kelly was new, we were doing a thing at the shop where we would like try to bring all sorts of people by, all of our employees by to this area, and I would show them the pinball games, right? And like put your fingers on it and figure out like what all this stuff was while to give you like a knowledge, right? To not just have this stuff be these weird abstract pieces of metal.
It was really helpful for me to be able to come over. Oh, that's close.
Yeah, look at that.
It was really helpful to be able to come to the studio and, like you said, to get my hands on it and see really how everything functions together.
And the first thing I had Kelly do is I rebuilt the left flipper on my TNA, and then she just did the whole right one without any help. So we're going to give Kelly the next level of Data East flippers. Oh, and she was also the one that tore this whole damn game apart. So good job.
Yeah, the destruction of taking off those plastics was also very satisfying.
It is very satisfying. So yeah, otherwise.
Kyle gave this whole speech to Kelly before we started the show about how she can't cuss, and he's already cursed 3 times.
Wait, what did I say? Hold on.
I didn't even notice.
What did I say?
Well, I'm not gonna re-say it.
Right. Obviously.
Just say the S word. Come on. Did I really do that bad? I don't know what I
No,
said.
you're good.
See, she's lying. She's just trying to keep me on my
It's just funny.
toes.
Oh.
It's just funny.
Okay. Well,
She doesn't realize it.
I'm trying. So anyways,
Mr. Buyer. Hello, TJ.
whoa, TJ's here. Hi, TJ. Data East flippers. This was the first generation of solid-state flippers where they did not use end-of-stroke switches, and they weren't like a mechanical action flipper like ones that have a end-of-stroke switch that needs to be broken for the high-power side to disengage. I think the first Data East game to use solid-state flippers was RoboCop, and that was only a few games before this. That being said, it didn't take long for Data East to realize that they needed an end-of-stroke switch, something to tell the game if the flipper has changed states, whether it knew it or not. There's only like 5 or 6 games that are like this without the end-of-stroke switch. You can see they reminded you many, many times that this is a solid-state flipper system, which is why the end-of-stroke bracket is not stuffed. These are the original flipper bats, and like a fool, I forgot to bring replacement solid-state decals, but you know I'm putting those back on once we put new flippers into it, because it's really funny. This game, the flipper boards on these games are in the cabinet. I think we talked about this for a minute. This guy controls your flippers using a series of transistors and logic gates to make magic happen. We will look at this maybe if we ever work on this game again or if we have time today, but these fuse clips on this thing are also notorious for going bad. So we can stress test them, and maybe I'll be able to break one on camera to show you how easy it is. So if you have a Data East game, this is another thing to check next to your power supply. Make sure these fuse clips are strong. And something else before I let Kelly go and we start working on this thing, I did something poorly. In bad form. So this is something you should try to do next time. We have, and specifically this harness, right? On Williams games and Data East games, these purple wires, these are generally for solenoids or flash lamps, right? These are higher voltage. Now, the way that these harnesses work, right, with these Z connectors is it's a quick way to remove something from something else, right? I can butt these 2 connectors up and unplug them. The way I had this and the way I had done it on before when we were taking the game apart, I had it like this. I fixed it, and I shouldn't have. But if we had the connector on like this, hold on, here's the key. Oh wait, there is no key. Hold on. This goes like this, so that means this side has to go like this on the locking ramp. It's like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Like this, there is potential to short this to something else, right? This is from the actual harness. This goes back to the board.
Can you tilt down a little bit with the handheld? Okay.
This goes back up to the board where all the voltage sources are. If a game went live and I didn't have these plugged up, and maybe this was shorted up against ground or something, there is a chance I could cause a short. When you are unplugging these Z connectors, try to leave what I'd call the harness side, the bit that's actually connected to all the voltages in the head, disconnected, right? Because if I have it like this is attached to the back panel or the ramp, and it's not being fed anything. This feeds things. So if this is here, you've got metal here, things can short, it's bad. It's just a best practice so you don't cause more problems than you're trying to solve. So hopefully that made sense.
You can plug it in and stuff with the game on, and you don't have to worry about
Plug it in with the
messing it
game
up?
on. Well, yeah, right. Because this, right? All this does is gives you a disconnect between these two plugs, so I can unplug the ramp without having to cut the wires or something like that.
Like an emergency shutoff
okay,
type
gotcha.
thing? Is that what is that?
Well, it's just, it makes it easier for disassembly and assembly, right? But again, if we started a game on accident and we had these, the prongs of the Z connector resting up against, this ground wire for whatever reason, and then one of those flashers went, we'd have problems. So it's just a best practice to try to keep the harness side not able to do anything. I have never had that problem, but that lesson has been pushed into my head a few times. So
Nice.
now I'm trying to give it to you.
Let me switch. Okay,
Anyways.
switch cameras.
I think we need to figure out what
Oh,
part.
God.
What? Oh.
Sorry, I was trying to switch cameras when you moved.
Oh, hey, that is laggy. I can see that.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let's do some exploration here.
Struggles of life.
Hey, check it out really quick.
Ah.
This that camera is plugged into the USB hub, which is connected USB-C. I've never had a problem with the camera plugged into the hub, but should we try not using that, or should we try switching the hub?
I think it's okay.
Are you sure? Because I could disconnect Blue Cam. We don't need that wide shot, and then we could hook that camera up because it will be useful. Can we try it?
Well, it's okay. I think it was just that section.
No, it's
like
laggy.
it's
Look
not
at that.
laggy right
Huh?
now.
No, it's really laggy. Well, sorry, everyone on the internet. We're trying to work out new camera stuff. Turn on the. Can you hold that? Put on the handheld cam on 1, and you can see how laggy
It is
this
a nice, clean cabinet, huh, Daniel?
Check this out, though. Watch.
Wait.
Okay, now point it at my hands. So watch green cam and watch my other hand. Point it at the camera. Go up a bit. A little more. Oh, sorry. This guy's. Oh. Okay, you can see our house lights, but watch this. There's like 6
Right.
seconds of delay between my hand and
Right.
that camera. Let's swap it really quick, and then we'll just keep talking, and we'll use the handheld camera as our.
He's gonna break it.
I'm not gonna break it. I'm
Okay.
unplugging the blue cam.
He's unplugging the internet, yo. We're going down.
Oh, we got Wi-Fi.
Where's
We're
our
good.
monorail?
Give it a shot. You do the camera stuff. I'm gonna refocus this camera.
Oh gosh, you just froze everything.
Well, change the cameras.
Awesome.
I love that I'm still paused in a contemplative.
There you go. All right, sorry chat, but we figured this out. Ta-da! Okay, so now
This
we're gonna work
guy.
on 2 cameras for a minute here.
Guy.
Okay, we're good. Kelly, let's work on this while we try to get this camera
Yay.
fixed. Emoto, thanks for fixing that. You're the bomb.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to hold the camera, and then I'm going to fetch Kelly some tools. We're going to turn the game off. We want to have the game off while we service these things, and then we'll find the best service position for you. We can probably put it up on the arm, and that'll give you the ability to work on it like almost at eye level.
Fixing the cameras. Fixing the cameras.
Can you put the handheld cam on really quick?
I can.
Thank you. Okay, Data East flippers. We've got, I think this is a 5/30 seconds Allen cap screw here in the back. Or it might actually be
Hello,
bigger.
Vinicius.
We'll find out. So we're going to need to take off the coil stop, nice and easy. Once we have the coil stop off, or first, I guess we could loosen the pawl, the flipper pawl here. Once we get that loose, then we can do this, and then it'll all come apart. A lot of times, these things really don't often need new parts. But let's see what these are. They probably aren't original, but they are probably close to being original. Let's see how worn out they are. This game is in good shape. It is clean. It doesn't look like it's been used too much, but I don't know, let's find out. I'm gonna go get some tools for
Pin
that.
Master in the house. Shout out to Bang Back.
Hey, Fred.
Well, I always keep my coffee warm.
Okay. This will be for the flipper for sure. Maybe we'll get this guy for the pawl. And then we'll need this guy too.
Columbia pinball, y'all.
Let's see. I'll just pop them in.
Oh
We'll
God,
see
see, I
what
never
bright.
catch up. Oops, handle. Look at that. That shirt is awesome. We do need to reprint more of these
So these are the guys
awesome
for that.
Playfield shirts.
This one might be better. Oh,
Both of them are wearing awesome Playfield shirts today.
this will give you more torque, so you'll probably want to use this guy to loosen these guys up because they're going to be really tight.
Okay.
And then the back one, I don't think that's a 5/32. It's a lot bigger. Maybe it is 3/16. All these arbitrary numbers that make no sense. Okay, there you go. Why can't we just use them straight line of
Get at
numbers?
it.
Oh yeah. Wait. Did you never plug in Green Cam back?
No, I did. I'll go take a look at that really quick. Is this
If,
a good position? Does that work?
Yeah, I feel like that's probably as low as we can get it, right?
I could get it lower if we, I could use like a 2x4, but I think that's probably as good as we're gonna get. Green Cam is plugged in, Emoto.
see, you killed it.
Okay, well we're
Tough angle.
It is. So one thing you might be able to do, you could reach and hold the flipper on the top of the playfield possibly, and that will hold it in position. But if that isn't
Yeah,
going...
this is really awesome actually, because Kelly's about an inch or so taller than me, and always watching Kyle
Okay.
just like,
Let me
he
give you
can
another
reach
tool.
any part with his long arms, and he's like taller than the pinball machine, so
Yep.
how you're repairing it is like how I or other awesome short people would have to
That will give you a
experience.
lot more leverage
Doing
and
this.
Oh
in
yeah,
a
and it has
smaller
a way
package.
better angle.
So put it, we're gonna have to push it towards the playfield to get
Oh,
it loose.
right.
So I try to position it more like this,
Yep.
but also watch your knuckles because when it's tight and you do get it to crack, you
Oh,
might
why
punch
is
the
it-
pinball
Bang
machine.
them right into the. Ah.
Once it's cracked loose, you might be able to use this flat or the straight shot one. There you go.
So can you explain what she's doing again?
Yeah, so right now we're loosening the flipper pawl, or the crank, right? The flipper shaft goes through this hole, so we're loosening it up. It's a little easier to get it to loosen up when it's being held in place with the coil. There you go, you're good.
Okay.
So now you want to we'll get the coil stop off.
Oh, okay.
Got to use this guy here.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Larger in size. They use, I think these are 1024 screws. Other way. I'm gonna get that guy loosey.
Yeah,
But sometimes it
froze
is
to
good
my camera. It's just
when you
kinda-
do have a really stuck screw. Sometimes turning it like a 32nd of a turn tighter and then backing it off will help these things loosen up. You're really stuck. These are very big screws. Data East used a 1/4-inch screw, I believe, as a coil stop screw, and they don't shear. The older screws are like, Bally used a number 6 or number 8 up until the mid 80s, and those things would still shear, so they went up to number 10. Williams used a number 10 throughout the entire everything, but a 1/4-inch works fine too.
Throughout the entire everything.
Throughout the everything. Everything, basically, until like October of 1999, that's the end of everything. In Kyle's calendar, the end of Williams.
Oh yeah, where's the Magnapole? Well, the pinball was asking.
There's one over here, but currently it's full of, my magnet bowls always end up turning into just hold every screw that you don't have a place for right now bowl. So I really should get another.
You should get a magnet bowl per game. They're cheap enough. So you have your magnet bowl for Lady Luck. You have a magnet bowl for Planet.
We have,
Black Knight.
back
Dale
at the shop,
Jr..
I mean, Chris had like 9 magnet bowls. It's just like, everyone gets a magnet bowl. Everything needs a magnet bowl. Thankfully, this game comes pre-magnetized, so I always like to just put things on the speaker.
Look at that.
TJ says with an L-shaped Allen wrench, you can use a nut driver on the bent end to apply more leverage.
Yeah, let's
awesome
demonstrate that just to show what.
Yeah, thanks,
This
man.
handheld.
If you need like mega leverage, if you're like in DEF CON situation, what camera is on? That one? This is a hollow shaft nut driver, so you could put your Allen wrench inside, and this will give you a slidable scale of leverage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hopefully you won't ever need that, because if that's the point, you might have a broken bolt soon. So. Anyways, we go back up here. Slide that coil off. It's very dirty. Is there a... Okay, so there isn't a wave washer. So these have definitely been taken apart and not put back together with all the parts. So there's something to be said about that. You can try holding the crank and then pulling the flipper out from the top. Sometimes you will need to like wiggle the flipper back and forth. Or
right
if you
out.
loosen it enough, it just comes straight out.
Right out.
And then yank that out. There we go.
All
So we have a
right.
naked flipper now.
Yay, it's Nikki.
Let's check the flipper bushing while we have this all out. So the bushing, if you don't know, is the bit that goes through the playfield. This is a bushing here. So this guy attaches to the flipper base, and then this bit protrudes up maybe 1/8 of an inch above the playfield, and that keeps the flipper bat nice and straight. The way I like to test these things is either with a screwdriver, an Allen wrench, or the flipper itself. So if you want to get that flipper bat, you can actually kind of stick it in through the bottom here. And what we're going to do is pull it out a little bit and then just push it to side, like crank it like that. And what we're doing is looking for cracks. Usually what happens is this bit here starts to separate from the bottom bit, and those cracks will start eating up a lot of like your strength and flipper power. And that actually looks fine.
Yeah.
These guys don't usually break. And usually, if they are not broken, I don't waste my time replacing them. Try it again. It's a little cleaner now, so maybe we can see.
Oh yeah, wow, that looks so much different. That you got all that gunk off of it.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah, it
fine.
looks good.
Totally
It
fine
looks
to
pretty
me.
solid.
Okay, let's start looking at other parts. Let's come over to the bench. Will you bring the coil stop and the flipper crank?
Absolutely.
We can get on this side of the table and we can watch ourselves now. Okay, so here is a fresh, perfect flipper crank. And here is my pile of screws. Let's combine, or let's hold these up next to each other, and what we can try to do is we'll see like difference in length. You can see a difference in shape, right? Where, gosh, this one isn't that bad though. The crown here, this bevel is less, but it's not less enough to make me feel like it's super worn out. When you see a flipper that's really worn out, usually this bevel is totally gone. And it's, what? Can you see that?
No, did you hear that sound
No.
of the camera? Oh wow, that was crazy. You can't hear that?
No?
Could you describe
weird.
what that is?
Yeah.
It's like a high-pitched frequency sound coming from one of the cameras.
Oh.
Cool. Maybe
So-
we are tapping into the mirror universe.
Dun dun dun.
How fun. So I'm gonna say if we don't find any wear in the actual link, I'm going to reuse this part. We don't have a ton of wear on these flipper cranks, or the plungers themselves. There might be a teeny bit of a, let's see. If you have like a rough edge, it doesn't even have a rough edge. A lot of the times, right,
Aliens.
when we are, when this guy's slamming up against the coil stop over and over and
Right.
over and over again, you'll get like you'll get a
Splitting
lip, and that lip rubbing up, it will become slightly larger than the diameter of the shaft, and then that will cause rubbing up against the sleeve, and then you'll get bad performance. So if you could feel, there's really not any sort of nastiness there.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think, as I've told you before, usually we don't
True that, roller pinball.
I'll have to
Roller
read the chat in a
pinball
second.
said Kelly would be good at tech support too, And he says, please describe what that is when you said that. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, you should listen to her on the phone. She's great and savage sometimes.
Aw.
In a good way.
Aw, thanks, guys.
Savage.
But
In a good way.
in a good way. Let's
Bruce Digray says, we are trying to contact you. Oh, wait, because you're aliens?
Oh.
Is that an aliens reference?
please
Or are
contact
you
us.
literally trying to contact?
I give myself up for humanity to make contact with the aliens. I feel like I'm
You're a decent enough specimen.
yeah, I'm semi well-rounded.
Go ahead.
Yeah, take me, please. Anything to get me off of this planet. This coil stop is haggard.
Yes. Agreed.
So I almost want to say though, because generally you won't want to use a worn out
Right.
we won't want to use a worn out plunger on a new coil stop, but someone absolutely has. This could be much older than this is. I think even though these things aren't super worn out, for the sake of having the parts and just being there, let's just replace the parts. Maybe this could be an old coil stop revision. And I think the old Data East coil stops were kind of like the old Williams coil stops where they were a bit shorter. But there is a massive difference
Look at that.
here, right? I'll try to hold this up to the camera. Can you see?
That's not
Can
really.
you focus that a little?
I will focus on it. If you turn off the ring light.
Yeah,
There you
never
go.
mind. There we go. I just got to get it. So I think that this coil stop is supposed to be like a 32nd or a 16th shorter, but there is a lot more than a 32nd or a 16th of missing
Yeah, that's a
material
big
here.
gap.
Is that going to be a problem?
It will not be a problem because we are going to use new flipper parts. The only difference we might see is the flippers could not come up this much. The difference between them, like cradling, could be instead of this, it'll be like this.
Interesting.
So not too much.
Can I get you to reframe the Sony camera
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
since you killed our other two cameras?
No, the other one's working
You
now.
decide to unplug them during the stream.
Get out of here. This is my stream now.
I know. I
We
can
need
tell.
a certain Beastie Boys song in the background, Mr. Sabotage.
Oh yeah, I am the king of sabotage. Hey, will you put on the other overhead camera though? Because I did notice that it wasn't laggy anymore. Just do a quick camera check.
It's
yeah.
swapped.
That's 1-to-1. It's perfect. No more lag.
Yeah, but the other camera doesn't come on now.
Oh, because it's
At
still
all.
unplugged. Here, I'll put that into the hub. I'm still out
Yeah.
of USB slots on my
Since-
computer.
Since we're on this, we have a few questions in the chat. You guys are on a roll, so I didn't interrupt.
Oh, okay.
But everyone in the chat has been super helpful with these questions. But Nitrog asked about. What did you ask about?
Oh, he said he couldn't see what I was doing.
He has an issue with the World Cup, his World Cup soccer.
Dog soccer?
And
Which World Cup soccer?
Dog soccer.
There are 3
He's
World
asking
Cup
if this
soccers.
helped. What? Really? I only know dog soccer. They were all suggesting getting a daughter chip,
Yeah.
a daughter board to help. He's having a classic reset problem when he pressed both flippers.
Yeah, get one of those things, and that will give you all the time you need to go and fix what is actually causing the problem. So I would recommend that product very, very highly. Hey, there I am. Hi.
I know, you have to reframe it again. You got this. You were so excited about being the camera op. And then one just quick suggestion since we're here. When you're zooming in on what Kelly's working on, if you could use the Sony that's on a tripod and then just kind of zoom into that, it'll be better than the handheld.
Really?
Then the shaky cam.
Oh. I mean, I only had 1 cup of coffee today, so I was really hoping that my hands would be
man.
gone. I know, I broke it. You said never have any coffee on stream day, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think he was excited about being the cameraman so
Yeah.
that he could sabotage.
Until, yeah.
Yeah.
Sabotage. Okay. Was that the only question?
Kyle, do you like daughter board fixes for reset issues on WPC games?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine to use, but I do think that the problem should always be solved correctly down the line. But it's a great way to keep your game working and playing until you have time to tackle that nasty issue. We haven't done it. We're going to do it on my Twilight Zone. Probably not live and definitely not on our Thursday show. It might be a Saturday thing. But we're going to go through the whole thing of like the step-by-step thing to figure out how to get your game to stop resetting. Because a lot of the times it isn't what Nitrog linked, which is new capacitors, new bridge rectifiers. A lot of the time the problem can be solved without replacing that stuff on the board. But it is like a 50-50 chance. Sometimes you can get away with it, and sometimes you do have to do that nasty, nasty surgery. So. I just need to find time to do it. Thankfully, the ever so kind Josh, who may or may not be here, did offer to come over and help me set up Twilight Zone and help me get my pinball room sort of ready to be a pinball room. So once that's set up, we can do that game on a Saturday.
Awesome.
Shall we get back to flippers?
Yes, please. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Get this coil sleeve out of that coil. See if you can get it with your thumbs. If not, all right.
What's the trick?
I've got a tool for that, but if you can't get it out with your thumbs, we'll use the tool.
Can't believe it. Come on.
Sometimes if you use your thumb, you can really get it to pop out through the butt.
I feel like I'm gonna break the base of the bobbin here.
It probably is stuck. Here, we've got.
Oh yeah, what is the trick to get it out? Didn't you make a tool for that, Kyle?
Yeah. This guy goes here, and then you could pound it. I can do it. Ta-da!
Look at that.
It's really handy. The reasons these guys, it's really gross too.
Yep. Super gross.
Ew.
Ugh.
Yeah, so if you ever see a coil sleeve like that, you should
Definitely.
straight up replace it, Kyle, or clean it and put it back in.
One like that, replace it. If it
Just
is,
replace it.
if it is like 75% cleaner than that, you could probably clean it and reuse it. But they're also super, super, super inexpensive. So, you know.
Phil's Pinball, did you get hard body? I think the Phil's Pinball got hard body.
Hard
Let's
Body is the
trade.
greatest game ever.
My hard body for your hard body.
How about we wipe this coil down, get all that dirt off of the bobbin. It just looks so much nicer when they're clean. Data East flippers do run kind of toasty, especially the early ones like this. And that is the reason why you will get some sticky coil sleeves sometimes. It's the bobbin itself starts to shrink down a little. And also the coil sleeve goes through thermal cycles and gets all screwed up. So, yes, it looks so much better. So let's thread the new coil sleeve in. So we're going to want to put the butt here and the other side sticking out towards the end there. Is it really tight?
Oh, it's kind of tight.
Yeah, it's a swollen
why?
coil.
Oh no, so we need to replace the coil, maybe.
We don't have to. If it's really bad, we might have to. But this one came out, the old one came out easy enough where we probably won't have to. It's just
Do I need
hard
to
to get
tap
in.
it?
You can try tapping it, or sometimes
Just putting it up against the bottom of the
exactly
playfield.
putting it up and then just pushing the coil with like your palm. Sometimes that helps.
Oh, wow.
A little bit of pressure.
Ooh, that looks good.
Ooh, that's kind of tight. Let's see. Let's see what the new plunger does, and if it feels like it's got any drag. This game played fine, so I'm not too concerned with it. But
You got, oh man.
what are you oh-manning
Midge.
about?
We don't have Midge today, y'all. I don't know if any of y'all noticed.
Yeah, I noticed.
we
We
miss
miss
him.
Midge when he's not here.
This is fine. It's got plenty of okayness.
Plenty of okayness.
Working
That's what
on
we
the
strive for in life.
flexing.
Yes. My
Good pickup. Good pickup.
my plan for success is to be absolutely okay as much as I possibly can be. This whole company falls apart when Steve isn't around, and Steve isn't going to be here until for like a few more days. So please, Steve, send us your vibes.
I know. I'm like, where do I go? Okay.
Reassembly is opposite of disassembly. So
Right, so
let's
coil
grab.
stop.
Yeah. So let's get. You've got a coil stop. You need a flipper. So we'll start there, and then we will grab
He's
the
on a
crank
mini
over here.
vacation.
So, oh yeah, Ring
That's
around
right.
the game.
That's right. Okay, so
So
these
let's-
guys went on the coil stop, right?
Yeah, but that's the last step. We want to
Oh.
get the flipper and the crank in
Oh, right.
first before we pop everything else in.
Of course.
Yeah, everyone put your Steve emotes in the chat.
So go ahead and stick that flipper on in through the bushing.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, and another thing we can check too is this rubber bumper here. It's hard, but it's not falling apart, so we can leave that in there. And also, it always feels so good to just wipe things when they fall apart. Anyways,
Clean that.
let's put the flipper crank in now. So sometimes these are a little tight. We might need to really force it in over the whatchamacallit, the shaft for the flipper. But also when we orient this, let's try to make sure that the bolt is easier to access. Right? Remember how the other one you had, the bolt was facing towards this side?
Oh, right.
This one's facing out. It's a lot easier to get a tool in
Yep.
there.
Way easier.
So see if you can get it. Oh, wait. Spring is also
Oh, I was gonna say, I felt like I was missing
Oh,
something.
you need a spring.
quite
Awesome.
important of a part there. Okay.
Does it matter which way you put a spring in?
For this spring, yes, because it is a conical spring.
Yeah.
Can we see a
it's
close up
fine.
on?
Yeah. While Kelly's getting
Everything?
that in there, I'll show. What camera? This one? Check this out.
Yeah, you can walk in that camera.
So it's just like with the
Oh.
old Williams stuff that we were working on before. This has a tapered link like this. A very wide are and less wide.
Gotcha.
We would put it on like this.
Oh yeah, it's kind of becomes obvious, right?
Yeah, it's pretty
In
bad.
a way. Wet Reese, welcome.
So it is oriented.
No, I like
Can we
this
get
one,
it the
Gary.
other way? If you flip it. Actually, no. You know what? Here's actually an important lesson. That screw is
Oh
important.
no,
but
we're
let's
glad
look
you
at
could
this
join
also.
us, energetic coach.
Energetic coach.
Energetic coach.
Okay, so we want to try to keep this screw in an. Oh, sorry. We want to try to
Got
keep
it.
this in an easy place to service, but what we don't want to sacrifice is being able to get to this.
Right.
There are times when maybe you would need to release the link and the plunger from the crank or the pawl, and if we had this flipped over, we could not get an Allen key into this screw because the other side is a nut. So that would make it difficult. When you're doing this, really always try to keep these guys facing downward. It just makes them a lot easier. Yeah, the nut is up here. You can easily slip and open and wrench up there, but you cannot get an Allen key up there. Yes, that is the most work. What's that? You have a coil. And the coil, so you can put the coil back on. And then we can. Oh, and let's get well. Other way. We have the. Remember, we've got the butt end of the coil with the sleeve. We're going to want to get you guys facing down. Rotated degrees. Just like that. And then what we're going to try to do is you're going to try to fish this through the hole where the coil sleeve will poke out just a teeny bit through the retaining side.
Maybe you can walk in blue cam up over the playfield more. Sorry, green cam,
Yeah, absolutely.
which I have to rename.
Hard, like being a coach, or coach, whatever I'm doing. but
Yeah.
Also camp.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Hey, that's what you wanted to do this.
Well, I wanted
You were
to
like, I
yesterday when
can't
had,
wait
like,
to be the
9
camera
cups of
person.
coffee.
This is gonna be great. We were like,
My
oh,
audio
cool.
has my audio gone. My mic in a weak spot.
No, but you're still mono, which I can't figure out on my end.
That's terrible.
Why?
Well, I don't have anything.
No, we can hear you.
So yeah, I don't feel
My typing
the
is
plunger,
loud?
like I can
I'm not
feel
typing
it
anything.
there, but it's not gonna go through.
Oh, yeah, I
Can't
meant
see my hands.
We're trying to get the end of the coil sleeve to kiss through here. You know what I mean? But you'll feel it when it's
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
plunk down just a
Yeah.
teeny bit.
Yep.
There you go.
That was satisfying.
Yay! I heard it. Yeah,
So
I
then
like that.
we'll put this tensioning, this wave washer. This helps keep the coil in good tension. Otherwise, they buzz sometimes. So having this guy on is also important. Since this can be like a 3-hand job, I'll hold it there.
I was gonna try to get it started with my fingers there.
Yeah, sometimes
That
with
seems
the
like
wave
that might
washer.
not be. Yeah.
So what we're doing right now is we're fighting up against the wave washer. So you need to kind of put pressure and kind of pinch the coil together while you're trying to thread the in. A lot.
Oh man, come on.
Since it isn't a weird working height.
Oh, you could stand on a Marco stool.
I thought about that.
There's one right under Dale Jr. I do that a lot.
It'd be easier to use the long end.
Yeah.
You can do like micro rotations. That should be, yeah, there it is.
That's it.
These do have, Data East did install like a bit of thread lock. I don't know, you might, it's a little, there's like,
Yeah.
camera use. But sometimes you do have to fight
Got the other one.
with that nasty thread lock.
Check, check. Oh, I think I fixed something, y'all.
That's good.
It's one of those days. Sorry, it took a while. No, CH Patton. I fixed it. I use my Marco stool so much. It's crazy. I use it for everything. I actually have it under my feet right now just to prop my feet up.
I'm on the struggle bus over here.
It's kind of,
Use a stool.
Yeah, you're right.
you're going for the stool? Oh, it looks like I can talk
There's
now.
one right under Dale. Just
There it
because
is.
it's hard to see and like
Yeah.
your neck
It
starts
is, and
hurting
you,
after a
you
while
don't have
trying to
leverage
look
when
up
your
like that.
arms are facing upwards, right?
Right,
So,
right.
do you want, let's
should
put
I
it over
be?
here.
Okay.
Do you want me to lift the playfield up now? Do you think you might have enough height with the stool to like lift it up, or is this a more comfortable
I
position?
don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, let's find out.
Is that better? Or is this worse? I can also just hold the
Now I've
playfield.
got like a stooping thing.
You might have more leverage.
Yeah, I think maybe you want to lift it straight up and work on it there.
Yeah,
maybe.
let's see how that goes.
Okay.
Nice.
Better?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. This is the pro position.
Cool. And you can tilt. Yep. Thank you, Kyle. All right. Are we all fixed, y'all? Sound is okay now?
You might be
Thank you,
fighting up
Daniel.
against the
Thanks for
same thing, so
being
you might need to
persistent.
pinch the coil
Yeah.
stop in. If you want. Yeah, I can pinch you.
Pinch it.
Nice.
Got it.
Pinch it. It's like bop it, but pinch it.
Twist it. Pull it. Pinch it. Pinch it was never a bop it.
Well, I know. That's we could do Bop It 2021. Hey, is there a Bop It game for VR? There should be. That would be awful.
Good one, Rhett.
Okay. Got the coil stop tightened down.
Oh, yeah, Bruce.
Excellent. Okay. So now that you have the coil stop tightened down, we want to get it really tight. So use the bent end and really get it torqued down as best you can. This one's important. If it's loose, it can end up causing damage to the flipper plate itself. You really want to make sure it's tight. Not a lot of things in pinball need high torque, but most things with the flippers do require
This will
high.
be better. I promise.
Rhett says Kelly is stepping up to the challenge. How do you feel about
I did a
these?
little drum thingy for it. Yeah.
I like that stuff, man.
Okay.
Makes my day.
The puns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my direct supervisor might not enjoy puns, but I do.
Well, that
We
person's
embrace
wrong.
puns at Marco Pinball.
Let's do this flipper next, and then
Okay.
we will tighten down the flippers together. I don't know why. It just feels better to wrap it up that way to
Okay,
me.
so we started with this part, right? Is that,
Yeah, we'll
Yep.
start with this guy here, and
Oh,
then
right.
move to those guys there.
that's right.
Let's look. Can you show a close up of these two? Just you wiping it down, like
Oh, yeah,
from
look
this
at-
far
yeah.
away.
For sure.
I can see how much shinier that left
Yeah,
flipper
no, we'll take it
is
apart.
compared to the
Once it's apart, we'll show you. It's grody as
the
heck.
other one. Is so dark and dirty. It's all that grimy
You wanna
stuff
swap
that's
sides?
making the flippers not produce as well.
This one down.
I'll hold the flip. Oh, it's a different tool.
Oh, you're right.
It's this guy. At least that's the nice thing is Williams used one size tool for type. Whew. Nice. These ones do need to be. If you don't have tight flipper pawls, the flipper can start creeping and creeping and creeping.
Oh, I'm typing loud.
Is that good enough?
The flipper is gone. I'll even take it out.
Excellent.
I'll add these to my broken flipper collection. I'm gonna have the raddest table.
Those make great trophy accessories.
Yeah, coil stop neck,
Was
bigger tool.
the bigger one.
Can we get a closer up shot?
Yeah. Which camera? This one?
Sure, you can walk green cam in a lot, or you can zoom in. That one.
Try zoom in.
Oh, what cameras? Oh yeah. We'll walk it in some
Oh.
and then zoom in. Oh, Bart Simpson. It's the coolest topper too, right? The Bart Simpson
Play pinball,
plastic
man.
topper. Play pinball, man.
Hey, look, it's focusing really poorly.
Mr. Loaf, you're late again. Just kidding. Welcome.
I sent him a really.
Roller pinball. No, we don't.
I sent Mr. Loaf a very unwitty email to his wonderfully witty email he sent me, so he just doesn't want to be here.
Why didn't you want to play, Kyle?
My brain just wasn't working today to be witty.
Do you want to zoom in even, like, give me a side angle or something different? Let's
And-
get in.
I sure wish we had super expensive, amazing Sony cameras.
Yeah, we should have just hired Mr. Rainwater to come in and operate for us today.
He does have a really, really excellent.
Yeah, it's incredible.
The show looked great.
He's fixing his arcade today, so that's what I'm going to join him with once we're done here.
Ah.
Pin Daddy, no, our stools do not compress well. But, you know, if you really do need a stools for the, you know, for the little ones or something like that, people make folding stools. We don't have the folding Marco stools yet, but maybe soon.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, look at this Sony camera. It's trying to focus.
Trying to being a jerk.
Yeah. Make it struggle.
The flippers. Oh, what about the TJ trick? Put it in the nut driver.
Don't know if we need more leverage. What's going on?
Overlays. Wait, which way am I going? Am I going?
You're going this way.
Down.
See, the problem is we don't have a lot of room, and I don't have a T-handle Allen wrench for this size.
Oh no, why not? We sell those.
Because you don't really use this
sell the
size
whole
very
set.
often. This size is for these
Mr.
flippers, but
Moriarty, thanks for joining.
those? Oh, that thing is.
Woo, you got this.
Just like
Here's our
it needs to have like a
awesome
12
hex
point
wrench
or something.
set.
'cause
Yeah,
it's
really.
like.
There we go.
There it goes. The wires. The wires are the biggest problem right now. Just in. Pinball struggles.
Yeah, I'm still just amazed at how much wires involved.
Right?
It's overwhelming.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then you look at the new games and there's like 80% less wire. It's incredible.
Oh,
Gary always said that there's like a mile of wire or something in each pinball game.
I think it's more than that.
Probably.
Get a better angle than I can?
Possibly. Times. Yeah, but then this is what we run into, right?
Right.
Wires.
Wire under the wire.
Wow, that thing is
Ooh,
really
that was
tight.
tough. Let's see.
Maybe it would help if you. But
All right.
One's tight. Wow. It is kind of
And
a
we're going
leverage
to
problem
Delaware.
and a space
Wires.
problem. This is
Where
incredible.
we're going, we don't need wires. Monorail.
Yeah. Wow. Look at you're jumping on the monorail train.
Oh, I love it.
Let's see if we can use TJ's leverage trick in action. What we'll try to do, since we can only get like a quarter of a turn here, right? Sometimes you need a massive amount of leverage to break it. And if I did have a 3/16 T-nut, or a T-handle driver, this would be easy at this point. I've got a little bit of leverage and we can unscrew it. But with the amount of force we need, we get like a quarter of a turn each time. So let's see if we can do this without shattering the T-driver, or the Allen key. Actually,
Look at
yeah,
that.
there you go. That is
TJ
this
Buyer.
was
Yeah.
the perfect.
Thanks, TJ. That's awesome.
So now we all know when you get stuck on this and it won't come down. Oh! You'll drop it.
Use your eyes and watch it as it
Like
falls
it's hot.
pitifully by your feet, and then you'll never lose it.
You hand me that rag, I'll wipe it down
Yeah,
here.
here, we can get a good close-up of some cleaning. Do you want to do the handheld cam really quick?
Yeah. I'll swap over to handheld.
Almost. There it goes. Ooh. Ah. So clean.
It's getting so clean. I know, it's crazy because I thought those plastics were actually black, and then you wiped it down, they
Look at
turned
that.
it bright blue.
It's a really pretty shade of blue.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Periwinkle, is that what you said?
Yeah. Well, I think it's. I don't
It's
know.
close
Yeah.
enough to periwinkle.
You won't
I'll
knock
take
me.
I won't color shame you. Color
It's
identification.
Marco
shaming.
blue.
Can someone give me the exact Pantone number for that color,
I
please?
know Roller Pinball, it does never get old too. Roller Pinball said it's by the drill bit.
Oh my God.
So
And that
Kelly,
guy.
on one of our first episodes, Kyle was putting a drill bit on his drill, and he just flew out of his hand and disappeared for forever.
Oh no.
So every once in a while, we love to remind him about
But it didn't, because I found it. I eventually found it. It just took me
Eventually.
like an hour and 45 minutes.
cool Samantha. Hashtag drill bit.
Oh, look at that beautiful bright zinc plated.
Rhett Reese says, you mean you're not going to take the bracket and all the rest of the parts and polish them before putting them back?
Nope.
Yeah, we typically, Kyle and myself, aren't typically interested in high-end. We like the functionality. Have fun with it.
I want the game to work. It doesn't. Things I'll never ever see do not need to be super shiny. That looks great. But the thing, okay. Oh, here's another thing. These are zinc plated. These are 1990s zinc plated, which means that this coating does have lead. So just make sure you wash your hands. Don't lick them. Don't stick your fingers in your mouth after touching them.
You can tell because of the color?
Yeah, it's zinc coated. That's what this coating is, and that zinc, old
that
zinc coating has lead in it.
That iridescent
that.
sheen, is that what that is?
I think that's from heat, but it's the gold hue that all of these old
gold.
Data East things were
Okay.
plated in.
I see.
The new ones, we still get things zinc plated. When I get parts remade for Data East games, like these guys, for example,
Right.
this is leadless zinc. So this
I was
is.
just about to ask about that piece, actually. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's not lead.
So this is RoHS compliant. This can be sent to Europe. It does not have lead in it. It's all good. But these things, you know, this was made with lead back in the day. Or you know.
Nice.
Wow, look at that. Let's see how worn out this one is.
Yeah, this one looks not quite as good.
Not quite as good. Okay, I like that. I like it when things are worse.
It's a good learning lesson.
we got-
So you guys going back over to the table?
Holy crap, that thing
Nice.
is awful.
Can
Yeah, put on the
we
handheld cam.
reposition Sony cam
Yeah.
to get a nice 2 shots of
This
y'all,
one's great.
please?
This is the reason we did this, because this thing is like FUBAR.
Oh. Ooh.
Can I say FUBAR? Is that swearing?
It's an acronym.
Yeah, okay, so it doesn't
It's
count.
alright.
Yeah,
So, it's so flat top, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you want
and
to
it's got,
replace
like,
that one.
got like some sharp edges to it as well.
Well, you compare it versus the other one, not the new one, but even the one we uninstalled before, right? My pocket.
Wait. Which one is that?
Wow, yeah, that's
Yeah,
super
so
bad.
this is the one that we previously removed. This is the other is its partner.
Yeah, it's completely flattened, huh? Oops. Go closer.
Show the face of it too. Is the
Yeah,
coil stop in
hold
here
on.
still?
Wait, I'm trying to focus on it. Can you turn off the ring light on it? There we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe just a little. Come on, focus. You can
Just
do
look,
it.
you're looking
Oh,
at
there
that
we go.
bevel,
Nice.
right?
Wow, yeah, it's got beaten up.
It's completely flat. It has no bevel anymore. It has a huge lip off to the side. And then you can see that the flat guy has a imprint of the hole in the center of the coil stop. Do you
Yeah.
see that like nipple protruding from here a little bit?
Yep.
That's really bad.
So that's a time to replace me bad, huh?
Absolutely.
These coil stops, the bad one has about 1 millimeter of space. You'd never be able to see this on camera, but it's bad. So someone obviously had replaced the left side and did not replace the right side.
That's a terrible idea.
That's very bad. That's bad form. You lose points. Everything gets jealous if you only replace one side. So do all of this stuff in pairs.
Right. So don't just replace one flipper because it's broken. If you're going to replace one, replace all of them.
Absolutely.
And same
yeah.
with the drop targets too. You always say, Kyle.
Yeah, drop targets, stand-up targets, anything that has a pair. The other one's going to get mad and it's going to break pretty soon.
Yeah, and they say the same thing about tires. It makes perfect sense. But
Yeah.
tires are expensive, and flipper rebuild kits are not.
Yes, this is
Right,
$50
so no excuse.
instead of $500 plus dollars. I have to get new tires soon.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
You have really nice tires too.
Yeah, I'm gonna get nice tires because it feels so much nicer when
Sensitive
we're driving.
subject. Yeah.
Let's put this together, and
Okay.
then we can do my dumb thing, and then we can just keep talking for the rest of the show.
Okay,
How
cool.
are we for time? I will check this gigantic TV, which I now have to
It's
show my.
4:15.
Hey, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Drill bit. Hashtag drill bit.
Are you guys gonna work on it at the bench or at the?
No, we're gonna reassemble it with all the new parts. I'm
Oh,
gonna have
perfect.
Kelly jump in and do it again. So what we need? Coil stop. We need this.
Hubba-da.
Oh, I've got new coil sleeves. I didn't need to go get one from my toolbox.
Perfect.
There's these guys, this guy. Oh, we didn't check the coil, the whatchamacallit.
Oh, that's
bushing.
right. You're right.
Yeah, check the bushing. Do you remember how we did that?
Yep. I'm gonna move the Marco footstool.
Sure. The Marco height extension device. Patented. Use the handheld cam again, Emoto, to like demonstrate again what we're kind of doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I'll position the
Okay,
other
so Kelly's gonna wiggle to make sure that there's no cracks.
We're wiggling. Yeah.
I'm wiggling to make sure there is no crack.
Wiggle.
What kind of crack are we talking about here?
Oh, I see a crack.
Oh, you see a crack?
No, I'm just kidding.
Ah. No,
Me
I don't.
neither.
I don't see anything either. It looks.
Usually it's pretty apparent
Yeah.
with the way they separate.
Yeah.
So-
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think you're happy. Okay, so let's
So,
do the whole rigmarole again.
Okay. So Get some. Oh, right down as well. Let me grab.
Nice. Thank you, Kyle. Looks great.
Professional.
And this one came out very easily.
Hey,
Very
perfect.
Oh, yay. That's good.
I got the new one in my hands.
Sweet. The reason we install the coil sleeve in that orientation, because it's easier to break the diode when the diode is hitting against the side that takes all the vibration.
Oh, that makes sense.
So when this diode is here, it doesn't get hammered too much. That's a
Oh, I
satisfying
like that
Did
sound.
you hear that? That's excellent.
We need to record that.
Roller pinball
Daniel
says crack
asked,
is
is
whack.
there play on that flipper bushing?
No, we didn't find any play, so we're
No.
not even going to replace it.
It was good.
Yeah. Dirty thumbs up.
Dirty thumbs up.
I find that
Okay.
the Data East flipper bushings aren't usually bad. I also find that a lot of Williams bushing is not super bad either. Yeah, but we want to do the flipper and the crank first.
You're right.
That'll help you all back to.
Kyle, can you zoom out the Sony to a nice 2-shot
Yeah.
of y'all, or 3-shot with the pin? Thank you.
I'll get to it. What are we doing with the Sony cam?
Just zoom out a little bit so we can see the pinball machine of both of y'all. And tilt down. Ooh, look at that. Bartman. Bartman.
Play pinball, dude.
Bartman.
Play pinball, man. Oh, I should have worn my free gold watch Simpsons pinball shirt today. It would have gotten really dirty though.
Let's see. Going the right way?
First we got to get the spring too.
I want
forgot.
a free
I'm
gold watch.
a bad instructor.
pinball shirt.
Yeah. So.
And he's way?
Yep.
Okay.
And then plunger goes through here, and we want to make sure that we have the Allen cap screw facing us. We're going to want to rotate it like that. Exactly. These ones are a little more ambiguous in how they go on because you don't have like actuators for switches. The ones that have like actuators for switches, it's a lot easier to tell like, oh yeah, it goes this way. These ones are a little more.
That's what TNA had, right?
Yeah. Yeah, TNA, Spooky's Total Nuclear Annihilation uses Williams-style flippers and all Williams-related parts for the flipper. The Spooky games are fun because it's like a homologation of so many different like things. Like Data East slingshots and Williams flippers and Williams drop targets and a little tight.
Yeah.
So you can try holding this guy and rotate the flipper to try to
right.
get it through.
Yep. Good call. Okay.
Spring, yeah.
Is that going the right way?
Yep, no, you're perfect. Now
Okay.
you can slide the coil back on with the diode facing like you, right? So flip it around. And then these guys facing out, right? So we want the diode facing this end. So flip it to the
Right.
left.
The diode not on the coil stop.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So like, yeah, exactly like that. It's just an information overload, isn't it?
Both of the
Alright.
shirts that Kyle and Kelly are wearing, I believe, are also free gold watch produced shirts.
Yep. Oh, and then we need I think it's in the. Need the
I have
wave
a lot
washer.
of free gold watch shirts too,
That's
but I
right.
want a free gold watch.
And then remember we have to try to
Simpsons
center the
washer.
coil sleeve. It looks like it's popped out here, so we're gonna want to
Oh, you're right.
push it through and then see if you could get it to center in the retaining
Right.
bracket. Yeah, free gold watch, great arcade.
Yep.
Also a screen printing shop. We like to support our other people in the community when we can, and when you've got a pinball guy that also makes T-shirts, what a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
And I'll pinch it again.
Oh, right. So that's what you're pinching so that you can get the screws in.
Yeah, they just weren't lining up before.
Gotcha.
The wave washer just puts. I don't know if this is translating, but you see how my thumb is able
it
to
does.
push.
Yeah, we can see it. It's
So
just a
that's-
little bit of pressure.
And sometimes that's hard without having 3 hands.
Man, these new Razer cameras look so good.
If you can't get it in this go, I'd also suggest using the long end too. Remember, because you could
That's
use like the
right.
little motions instead of like.
That's right. Got it.
There it goes. Not too tight.
Right.
We'll lose the other hole. Sometimes we want to tighten them up together.
Right.
Good.
Oops. Mr. Valansky, the voice of reason, always. Hi, Kelly, it's your dad. The
Hello.
original Big Daddy K in the house.
That's right. That's right. And thank you, Dad, so much for that NoFX comic book that we got in the mail yesterday. That was super
Oh
awesome.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Dang,
awesome.
coolest dad ever.
Yeah, it
Thanks
was,
for joining us, Dad.
It
Kelly's
was
great.
volume 2, so now of course we're going to have to look for volume 1.
Huh. Wait. What is this NoFX comic?
I don't even know, man. We saw it last night. We took a quick glance while we were making dinner, and
That's awesome.
I think we'll look at it. We're going to the mountains this weekend,
You'll
so
have plenty
Does
of
your dad
time.
play pinball?
I don't even know.
He has to now.
Dad.
I tried to. He's really
you
into
need to buy a pinball
Batman.
machine.
He's really into Batman, so I told him, like, you got to get a Batman 66, man.
A very
we have
coveted
one.
game. That game is
Look at this.
amazing.
And actually remove the wires here, which will allow us to have a lot more room.
Look at
Sort
that.
of ish. Yeah, and then remember we got to go
Oh,
like
awesome.
super mega tightness on
That's
the
right.
coil stop,
That's right.
and then you are good to go. Then we can position the flippers themselves and be happy.
Awesome. Oh, it says he's searching for volume 1 as we speak. Multitasking.
Gotta
I like
have
it.
the whole collection.
Mr. Loaf, I saw your question, but I will ask it later when we get into the Q&A session.
I decline a
If we
Q&A
make it.
today. We're not going to do any.
No way.
Yeah,
just kidding.
I don't think so. I think we're just gonna do an awesome T-nut installation.
Well, we'll do that, but that'll take 5 minutes.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Make sure
Yeah.
it's
I'm
buried.
gonna time it.
Make sure you really get it buried as
Seated
far.
in there as low as possible.
It's easy to strip out cap head screws like this when they don't get.
ABT. Always be tightening.
Yes.
All right.
All right, extra tight. Now we wire harness.
Oh, that's right. Always be tightening. I forgot that was your.
Obi.
That's my slogan.
Drunken Obi.
I'm gonna
Thanks
get
for
a
the
new tattoo.
resubscribe.
I guess other than our friend Andy in Dirkeslagen, Germany, who is a tattoo artist, is there anyone else who wants to tattoo always be tightening on? I guess my neighbor is also a tattoo artist. I should ask her. Anyways, cool. Let's tighten crap up the rest of the way now. So this is the hard part. This is the part that takes a lot of finesse and experimentation sometimes. But it might actually be easier to do this with the playfield low.
Okay.
And this tool will be handy. What I'm going to recommend, I'll do one, and then we'll jump in and have you do the other. I want to see how they feel.
Okay.
We have to get the free play right, which I think we've talked about. You know about that bit, right?
Oh, and use the flipper gauge.
I don't know if I have one. I'll have to look. But I'm going to show you
In
how
the
to do it
stream.
by feel. But what I'm going to try to do first is I'm going to try to get this thing. I'm going to try to get these guys just a little snug, and then what that'll allow me to do is the flipper will stay in place, and I can rotate the flipper on top to get it into the right position without it just flopping. You know what I mean? So now we can put the playfield down. Unfortunately, Data East never used the roll pins to help us center the flipper bat like Williams did. So we're going to have to guess a little bit. But what camera is on what? This. This is a lot of back and forth. What we can try to do is we're going to try to get this set angle that seems appropriate. This is kind of dirty work. I always try to like do all the dirty stuff before I jump to the clean stuff, but this might be a fast way to do it. We're going to stretch the rubber on. Remember, keep the size down, right? It has the information here in PRW. It just looks so much nicer when you have the, you know,
The non-printed
the
side.
non-printed side
up.
facing. Yeah, it's just weird to me. I don't know.
Nice. Good
I
to
always like seeing people selling games for like $12,000. Like, oh, it's expertly, perfectly this. And it's like, yeah, you polished everything, but you didn't notice that? Like, what the heck? So I'm going to keep that like that. And then what we'll do, I meant to get a pinball. While it's kind of tight, we can just put it here and see if it rolls nice. And it doesn't.
Not at all.
It's bumping, so we're going to try to
Right.
reposition this thing. We might have worn out ball guides, so I'm not going to pay too much attention to that. This is not the exact way to get this right. But it seems like these ball guides might be a little worn out, which is going to exacerbate that problem a lot. I want to set them up so they play well, though. This looks a little saggy in comparison to what is left of the ball guide. There is a lot chewed up right here, but as long as the ball, this thing might not be level either. So don't worry about this part too much. Yours probably will be in better shape than this. The goal is I want to try to make something that's like semi-repeatable for both sides, right?
Sure.
And without
Consistency.
having a little consistency. Williams would drive in roll pins, where then on the factory line they could set the flippers up against the roll pins, tighten everything down, and then they'd pound the roll pins into the playfield, and it would be a done deal. Data East didn't do that, so it's a little bit more of a guessing game. But we're not going to be able to get good action for the same reason we had bad action on my Jungle Lord, because this ball guide is extremely worn out. So we will be replacing that at some when we actually finish this game, which will be soon. So yeah, now we lift it up again. I'm just going to tighten it in this position. It is going to be adequate. Get it nice and tight, and then I will switch to the heavy artillery, and that's when we're going to use the Bendy guy. Rinse and repeat. You get to do the next side.
Obi says, this is always a fun and never uneventful tightening the paw.
Yeah.
Q, Kyle, Butt, Cam.
What, Kim?
Oh, yeah.
Am I looking extra good today?
It's a decent curve.
Yes. I should have
That's
worn my
just the
jorts.
microphone.
The jorts would have looked a lot nicer. I think this will be
Got
okay.
nothing here. Okay.
I'm also going to make sure I still have a little bit of free play. Nah, not very much. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more out of that without screwing up the entire thing. Well, if I had that sweet handy dandy gauge there, we wouldn't have this problem, but that's what happens when I talk too much. I forget what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh gosh, the flipper just went all floppy on.
Oh no!
Dun, 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 dun. All right, tighten it up a little bit more. That free play in here. We've got, that's a little bit too much. Still not super. Man, I should have brought one of those gauges today. I knew we were doing this.
Right. All the more reason to have.
There's probably
Never
one in
leave
my
home
toolbox
without your
somewhere.
flipper gauge.
They're so little and cute.
Yeah. You keep it in your wallet.
You could keep one in your wallet, huh?
It would not be a problem.
What I'm doing now is I'm kind of lifting up on the flipper on the top side to try to separate it. And now I've got a bit of free play. I'm going to eye this again because that seems like the best. That's about as much reference as we need on this game right now. And then I'm going to, again, tighten the ever-living S out of it. Insert your own
Simpsons.
word for S.
Simpsons.
The ever-living Simpson out of it.
Tighten it up.
Yeah, oh, and don't do that.
What did you do? What was that?
Look at, don't put your thumb on top of the Allen wrench when you are tightening or loosening things, because when you inevitably slip, that's when your thumb gets pinched between all sorts of nice metal things and it hurts and...
Ouch. You
Ow.
okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I have no nerve endings in my fingers anymore. So. Would you like to do this side?
Oh man.
Or do you not want to do this
Here we
side?
go. Here we go. That was a lot of. You had a lot of like play and stuff in there. So I don't know that I'm necessarily gonna.
I'll give you a second set of hands because a lot of this part is kind of like I feel.
Should I bring it down?
How about I hold it?
Okay.
So get it a little tight, right? We want it to be snug so the flipper bat isn't just going to flop around. It looks like we actually have like the perfect, use the long side too. You'll be able to spin it a little easier since we got to thread it a lot. That one's really. And this, like, even if this was a Williams game and I wasn't using the excuse of, oh, there ain't no roll pins there, this is something you generally need to do like 2 or 3 times before you're like satisfied and it's perfect. So we've got a bit of free play. I'm gonna call that, it's a little bit too much, but I think it's okay. It's better to have too much than none at all. And in this case, it's not so much that this would be able to sag and cause anything bad to happen. So we're good.
Nice.
That looks okay to me. They look about even. If we raise both flippers at the same time, they kind of line up on an even plane.
Right.
Close enough. That's not an important adjustment, but tighten it down. Careful with your thumb. Use the long side. We're going for the torque.
Yep.
And then you're going to be turning it towards you. There you go. I see a lot of people get fixated on that's like, oh, my flippers don't match up when they're fully energized. It's like, I mean, other than aesthetics, you know, usually when you replace your parts, you'll be good. That could be worn shafts, worn stops. Careful with your thumb.
Oh, yeah.
What I'll do is you got the flipper?
I was holding it,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
That's what you.
Yeah, good. Lovely. That's where it's dangerous, when your hand slips and your thumb goes straight into that 90-degree corner right there.
Gravity.
I know, gravity.
The constant. One more good little snug. There you go. Ah.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's going to be tight enough. We'll see. When we
Okay.
flip it and the flipper starts creeping, then we know we screwed up.
All right.
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Flipper.
Good job.
Yay.
We took flippers apart, put them back together, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope they work.
Now what?
Now let's replace that T-nut really quick.
Oh, right.
Because I do want to do this. Emoto's been asking me forever to do this, so let's do it.
All right, everyone, this is the T-nut install we've all been waiting for.
You've been
We're going
waiting.
to clip it.
We're going to clip it? Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
I used like strength that
Where are
I
you?
really don't have
Yeah,
because
where
I've
are
got
you?
like the world's skinniest, muscleless arms.
Okay.
And I broke this post off in its T-nut.
Wait, I'm focusing. Okay.
We're missing a lot of threads here. So I don't need to replace the T-nut, but I am going to remove it like we were removing it, and I will remove the bit of the thread and put it back in. It'll be fun. So let's do the handheld cam.
Okay.
Well,
You want to do it?
well, we're just going to actually set it inside. Actually, I do need to remove the popper because it's going to make it easier for the camera to see, maybe. Let's see.
Yeah,
gonna-
where is this T-nut
Let me double check.
area?
There. This one. So it might be impossible to see unless I remove the popper.
Let me see, move your finger.
This T-nut here.
Oh, okay.
Give me a second. It'll just take a second. I can take this thing off. It's only like 6 screws.
Kelly, if you turn the ring light on the front of that, make it a little bit brighter. I think it'll be. Yeah. And then I can do some micro adjustments here. Awesome. Thank you. Is it
Okay,
this one?
now we have some more
No,
room.
not that one. This one?
So, Data East towed in, when Williams did this too when they had room, you would tow in like a small number 6 screw to keep the T-nuts from rotating. So that's why this screw is here next to this T-nut. The best way to get these things out is either going to be using a punch and punching it from the top and popping it out, or using the broken bit of hardware that is making or is causing you to do all of this hubbub. So we're going to do it that way. I'm going to grab my hammer really quick, because instead of hitting things with some channel lock pliers or my open-end wrenches, I could also use the right tool. We're going to put the playfield down. So right here is where the incident occurred. I'm going to try to do this. There it goes.
Live streaming.
Good job. That was really, really well done, Emoto.
Really well done.
So this thing's actually...
All right, I'm back.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no
You
one could
could
hear that. That was
hear.
great, though. This T-nut is actually
Oh, the T-nut.
creamed. You got the
Creamed.
you got all the spiky bits are folded over. We're still
You're
going
just
to
so
try to
strong.
reuse it.
You Hulk smashed it.
Well, let's pretend like I didn't have the entire Marco Specialties warehouse behind me, and I had the provisions to fix it, but I don't have another T-nut. Let's see if we can extract the broken bit of hardware and see if we can reuse this piece of hardware.
Really?
Let's do it. This is something that you totally might have to do. Look at this, actually. I don't even need a tool. I can just unscrew it.
It's such an inexpensive part.
But what if you don't have it?
Yeah.
What if you didn't have one? What if you needed to fix it? This is something I've come up upon a few times before I started carrying absolutely every dumb piece of hardware you might ever need. And these are totally fixable unless what I'm about to do breaks, the T-nut. So we're going to try to fold these spikes back
Can you
up.
tilt down a little bit on the handheld? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so ideally just buy a new one, but here's a good tip if you are stuck on a deserted island.
If you
and
need
cannot-
one. I mean, I've got a plenty of brand new ones, but let's pretend I don't and I really need to fix this, and this thing isn't broken, right? It didn't strip out. Nothing
Yes,
actually
you
broke
crafty
on it,
vampire.
other than the fact that the spikes got
And
folded
you can
in.
use our discount code.
Yes, buy some T-nuts. Buy number 8 and number 6 T-nuts. We're going to try to fold these spikes up.
Look at that.
Try to get them parallel with the actual the shaft of the T-nut, the threaded bit. That will help it go in easier.
Nice.
Screwdrivers aren't
Thanks
prying
for joining us, by the
tools,
way,
but-
Crafty Vampire.
One's being a jerk.
We appreciate the shout out.
Try some needle nose pliers, see if I can get a better bite.
So basically, you're just recreating the spikies.
Yes.
Ooh, look at that. That's cool.
Ta-da! Now it's ready to spike again.
Wow, that looks brand new.
I'm going to find, sometimes what I like to do, you can do a T-nut 2 ways. The proper way is just pounding it into the bottom of the playfield. Another thing you can do is use another post, shaft, whatever, to kind of pull it into the playfield and then pound it in the rest of the way. One sec while I try to find a post here. I have a lot of T-nuts. Wrong spot in my toolbox. Oh wow, that's a ton of T-nuts.
Guys,
Where
I
is
was
he?
giving Kyle a hard time about his desk the other day, but his toolbox is in like way more obviously organized. And so if he's having an issue in his toolbox with organization, yeah, that desk, man. But he says he knows where everything is. He knows where everything is.
No, I know where everything is.
If somebody else has to go find something on his desk,
It's just there somewhere. Good luck.
The
But,
mind of an artist.
that's right.
and I can't tell you everything that's on my desk, but if you asked me if I had that, I could tell you yes or no.
Where are you? Where's your toolbox?
My parts box is off frame right now, sitting on a chair.
I see.
The desk we have for PinTech is absolutely not big enough to hold
Yeah.
my parts box.
Yeah, it's too late.
I may or may not have any suitable number 6 posts. I might actually have to replace this T-nut with a number 8 post. Give me one more moment. I'm sorry.
He was prepared for this part. Crystal said, Kelly and I have the 2 award-winning desks in the office.
It's true. We even have really
will
precious
argue
little
that,
plants.
and I think Dom's setup that you guys showed me the other day is the award winner.
Yeah, I think we teased him a little too harshly about how laid back he was on his beanbag chair, because it only happened that one day.
Aww. It was the Google vibe.
Yeah, it's just like every time I had to go to Google. Let's
Find
use
your
this
stuff
one.
by sound. Yeah, see, Mr. Valansky said messy office equals job security.
Yeah,
Because no one else can find their stuff, right?
please don't fire me. Okay, we're going to use a new T-nut because I am going to use a number 8 post if the post that I have to put it into will accept a number 8 post. Oh, crap. Well,
It's over here.
that went somewhere. Off the way with the drill bit. Thank you.
Yep.
Now, where did I put the post? It was around here somewhere. It has 2 rubbers
Why
on
is
it.
it?
I don't know, man. Case in point, where'd it go?
My perspective is wrong. Let me get in the right perspective
Sure,
here,
sure.
you know. What is going on here on my desk?
Did you take it over there with you?
Maybe?
Oh, Colin. If you only
No,
knew.
that's the broken guy.
Let's just say-
It's a cylindrical post. Oh, here it
You
is.
should always use Marco flipper gauges
That's right.
Ah.
before he
Always.
puts the flipper in.
Okay, so this isn't going to work either because this post is sized for a number 6. Let me go back to my parts box one more time. I know that there's number 6 posts in here somewhere. I think the problem now is I don't have one that's going to be tall enough. So you know what? Let's ignore the post. I'll have to fix that later. Let's just show what it's like to actually put a T-nut back in because we don't need the piece of hardware.
It sounds like Kyle needs a beer. Kyle has to work harder to get his beer. We got 15 minutes to install a T-nut and do some Q&A.
How do you know I'm not drinking a beer right now?
Ah.
How do you know? You don't.
Colin,
Because
you are a
I
true
ain't.
professional.
Okay.
You earned your beer o'clock.
Gotta earn that beer glass.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, I'm not going to oust him. He did do some naughty things that he posted on our Discord the other day.
You're totally ousting him right now by saying it.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying
You
anything.
alluded to his dirtiness. Speaking of Discords, if you want to continue the conversation after
my punch.
PinTech Live, we do have a Marco Discord channel with various sub-channels in it. I'll post the link right here. Oh, not right there, but right here.
Okay.
And you guys can join
Get
us.
that little camera again, and we can
I'll
stick
leave
the little
this
camera right in here.
Here,
What we're going to do...
join us.
Oh, yeah, join
Share
the
us your
Discord.
pet photos and your tech repair stuff and discussion. What did I do? You didn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to oust you, but it might have had something to do with flippers and maybe around 1 p.m. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's do it again.
The way we're gonna install this T-nut is I'm gonna really make sure that all these spiky guys are straight. Okay.
Oh.
Got a T-nut. We've got our hole. I'm going to reseat the T-nut here, and what you can see the 3 spots where the spikes used to bite in. Let's kind of try to get the teeth away from it. Since I don't have a flat place to pound in with my hammer, I'm going to use this punch. It's a 5/32 punch. It also is telling me to wear safety goggles, but I don't need those. It doesn't matter what size the punch is. I'm going to kind of center it right where the post would come through, and we're just going to try to seat it a bit. Right? Then we can kind of like move over and tap on the spiky bits that bite into the wood, and just kind of, you know, start to get it to bite and hold itself in. My hands are
Let
shaking.
me fix that expired
Nervous for
link.
some-
I just updated it, but join us.
Sounds like a cult. we go. So now we've got a T-nut kind of in.
All right, try this board, man.
And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to seat it using that same number 6 screw that went right here. This is like a 1/4 inch sheet metal screw, so there's like no way this will pierce the playfield, but we're going to kind of toe it in. I'm going to toe it in. Well, I guess I'm going to kind of use the same hole. And what this will help is
I don't understand what you're doing right now.
This guy is what this thing does is it keeps the T-nut from rotating, and where it should be.
Oh.
It should be in one of these little corners here to keep the thing from rotating when we're tightening it back down. But thankfully, I've been able to get these guys to bite in pretty good. Instead of, I'm afraid that it might interfere with this. It will not. Okay, I'm just going to put it in a new spot then. I was afraid that it was going to interfere with the frame for the ball popper. I
want to zoom
I'm going to use my shoulder to hold the playfield in place while I try to pull in. I see the T-nut popping up a little bit.
Oh, God. Oh, I broke it.
What'd you break?
Oh, no. I broke the stream.
What'd you do?
There you go. I was just zooming in. I went too far.
Hey, here we go. We got a T-nut in there now. It's happy. I don't have the right post.
So that's like an anchor, that other little screw.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps it in place.
Or is that not? Yeah, that might not be the right term. Awesome.
So, and the reason I couldn't find a post is this is a unique post. Most of these like studs, they don't have threads this long on top. This one anchors one of the ball habit trails, so it needs this really long bit of thread above the post. All the other ones that I had were much shorter than this, unless I was to use a number 8 post. And then the sleeve that this goes through was not big enough to accept a number 8 post, so I'm just going to have to get the right part.
What do the numbers mean?
It's the size of the screw, so it's like the shaft size. I don't know because Americans can't like actually use an intelligent number measuring system. So this is called number 8. Number 6. Number 8 is a little bigger. Number 10 is bigger than that, and then it starts going into 1/4 inch and all those other sizes. So, for example,
like the normal post size number?
Yeah.
I mean, like, is there a common one that like you use mostly?
No, they can be used in a lot of different situations, but there's what you'll normally hear is you'll hear like 632. So what that means is it's a number 6 shaft with 32 threads per inch. So here, let's look at hardware. Since we're talking about it, I want people to understand this. So this is a 632 screw. So if you measured out an inch, you've got the thread pitch.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me adjust this camera again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I was like really zoomed in.
Let me also just get on the other side of the table
Oh, yeah.
and sit down. My back hurts. What happened?
While you're there, or before you sit down, we can pan the Sony camera to see you guys over at the desk.
Yes, I will do that.
We miss you, Steve.
I hope you're not watching this, Steve, because if you were,
Oh, it's probably real cringeworthy for him.
I'd be really upset. No, he don't care.
He'll be like, no, it was good. It was great. You guys did an awesome job.
Fine.
Yeah, you guys did great, and I never have to do this again, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
This is a number 6 screw.
All right, do me one last solid. Yeah, turn down the ring light.
I'm trying to find something like really big.
Is that good?
Yeah. If you just, you could probably turn it off from right there, just because he's coming so close to it.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Number 6. This is a number 10. They're not much different. The shaft is, a bit bigger. So
That's
there's one
thicker
size in
shaft.
between this, and then it goes way smaller from here. Bally used number 5 screws to hold switch stacks together. Gottlieb used number 4 screws. Stern uses number 2 screws to hold switches together.
Oh no.
And so let's look at this, right? Let's look at like a really common piece of pinball hardware, like this. This is an 832 SEMS head screw. I think this is like a 5/16 long screw. So what you would do is if you were like, hey, I need screws. Hi, Kelly, I need a new screw. It's like, okay, well, this is what you should ask for. You need to know the size, right? So it's a number 8. This one is an 832. It's got the fine thread pitch and how long it is and what style. So a SEMS screw is really common on pinball. That means it has a enclosed lock washer. Do you see that? A star washer that's like on the head of the screw? Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Every single manufacturer uses SEMS head screws. There are other thread pitches. You can get like I think there's the 2 common ones for number 10. A number 10 screw would be a 1032 or a 1024. And when you say those numbers, that just counts how many threads are in an inch, I think. The TPI, threads per inch. So that is what that is counting. If you had 24 of these threads in 1 inch, they would be coarser, right? They wouldn't be as close together. There's 32 of them in an inch here, and that's why this is a 632 cap head screw. I'm trying to find. I have a separate box for my number 5 4s and 2s. This is like just my normal crazy box of hardware if I ever needed anything.
What is this? Like just your grab all?
Yeah. Oh, it's the hardware box for when something's missing something and you need to find something to work. This is my grab bag. But I don't have it. It's pretty homogeneous. There's not a lot of different screws because pinball really only uses a few sizes. I don't have any 1/4-inch stuff. We were working on 1/4-inch stuff on the game. Let me go get some small stuff so you can see how crazy it gets. And then we'll do the Q&A.
Awesome. So 5 minutes for Q&A. This was
Nah,
a
we're
really
gonna
fun
do
show.
10
Kelly,
minutes.
we loved having you on here with us.
It was great being here, really. I think this stuff is really fascinating. And if you like pinball, then you really need to know this stuff.
Yeah.
So I know my family, of course, we all keep joking about what's going to be our first pinball game that we purchased, that we own. And I keep saying, like, I don't know, man, I'm not ready to maintain a machine. So,
Sure, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
It is, but
it's
That's
fun
why you
work,
have
though.
yeah,
people to teach you, and I'm happy to help.
that's right.
Just for giggles, we've got teeny screws in here.
Oh, cute. So if anyone wants to drop in some questions, some last minute questions in the chat, feel free.
It's a 256.
Mr. Love, if you're still here and you want me to ask your question from earlier, I will.
Anyway, screws. I like screws. They're fun. It's good to know screw stuff. These are number 5s. This is what Gottlieb uses to do relay stacks and stuff like that. Hopefully you don't need them, but
That's
it is
a
like very
special
commonplace
screw
to
box.
find old pinball games missing all sorts of hardware. A lot of the times I also remember it's like, this is all stuff left over from the Simpsons, and a lot of these things are things I replaced. I have to put these are going on once I get the rest of the plastics on, but some of these screws had screwed up heads or they're not right, so it bothered me, so I replaced it with the correct stuff. And that's why I have all this stuff. And it's really hard to keep in
Yes, and if we don't ever get to your Q&A question, join Discord. Everyone is really awesome and helps each other when they get stuck on their games, especially random times during the week, late night, early morning.
Yep. Talk about beer, cats, pets,
Yep.
other
Pinball
pets.
pets.
'Cause I guess cats
Pinball
are
beer,
also pets.
pinball repair.
How awesome Black Rose is as a game. Potentially the greatest game.
Funny, because earlier you were arguing that there isn't the best game. So
Yeah.
now what do you say,
Because he
man?
doesn't want to admit that Hard Body is the best game.
No, I fully admit Hard Body is the best game. I regret selling Hardbody more than I regret selling any of my pinball games. More so than anything.
You had a really pretty one too, right? Did you have the one that had the powder coating, like hot pink legs?
No, that was Chris's. Chris's was, we powder coated it hot. We were powder coating something else pink, and it costs nothing to add more stuff to what we were doing.
I
So
hope
like,
I see it at Pinagogo this year. There was
no,
one
we sold it.
Hardbody. I don't know if it was.
We sold it.
Maybe someone will bring it. But
No.
there was a hard body, and it had. I'm pretty sure it was a
doing
hard body. It had like rhinestone diamonds stuck
God.
in the legs.
That's ridiculous.
That's
I might have
fancy.
made that up.
We
Might have been a
Chris
dream.
didn't want to sell Hardbody,
at
but
Pinagogo.
like everything is for sale, right? So we put a price tag of like $5,600
Yeah,
on
we
it,
posted.
and someone came to the shop, played all the games, all the new Stern games, everything else we had in stock, and looked at the $5,600 Hardbody and was like, "Yeah, that's the game I want." And then I had to deliver it up into like Mendocino County in California, into like someone's like lake house sort of thing. And it was terrifying because the big box truck I was driving was maybe 8 or 10 inches narrower than the road that I had to
Ooh.
drive to get there. So
Ooh.
yeah, that was not
wow.
worth it. I got a good tip though.
I'm dropping that Discord link in our chat again.
I found
And
this
then
in my
just
toolbox.
To
though.
remind y'all, again, we have our 24-hour free domestic shipping and $10 off international shipping for orders over $99. Code
So cool.
use PT-monorail, all caps.
I found this in my parts box. We were gonna do some lubrication today, and I was gonna recommend that you can't lubricate anything on a pinball machine unless you have Bally heavy duty coin machine lube. That is the.
You should squirt some out. Let's see what it looks like.
No, never wasting this.
What?
Precious
Just
commodity,
a little
man.
dab for the show.
It's like graphite grease. It's gross. It's that color.
Oh, hold on. Let me zoom in.
But it's still good.
Focus.
Zoom
Wait,
in.
come on, focus. No.
There we go.
Look at that coin machine grease. Ooh. I don't know. I thought this stuff was
That's like
funny.
a relic. That's beautiful. It should be in a museum.
Yeah, I'll clean it up. Anyways, I thought that was humorous, and I'm glad someone else thought it was too. Anywho, good. No one has any questions. That means that I
No
talked enough.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
wild.
no one has any questions except. Oh, Maggot Falls says, but hi, Kelly, your kid is here and has been for the entire stream.
Oh man. Oh, big shout out to my family for their support. I
that's
am
awesome.
so pleased that you tuned in, Margot, and that you stayed for the whole thing. That's really cool. So
My
thanks.
heart, and look, now she's learning how to fix pinball machines with you.
That's
to
right,
get
that's right,
ready
yeah.
For when you guys become pinball owners.
That's
Yep,
right.
that's right.
And she'll be like, I'll take care of it, Mom. Don't worry.
I got
You
you.
don't have to get your hands dirty. Yeah.
Well, we've got. My hands are kind of clean.
My hands are kind of dirty.
Yours are pretty dirty. That's good. No, it means you did a lot of work. Good job.
Crafty Vampire said my toothpaste tube looks like that.
Ooh.
Ew.
So messed up.
Well, I mean, how often do vampires really need to brush their teeth? Like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
True.
I would
They
highly
want, like, the
suggest maybe
blood
getting a new
residue
bottle
for
of-
later.
Yeah, that was good. I think we covered some okay stuff. And I think.
Oh.
Oh, let's turn it on.
AIEOIOU has
Turn it
a
on.
BMX
That's a
up
great
for
game.
negotiations. Do you want my hard body and I'll get your BMX?
That's a good trade. Let's watch the flippers flap. The flappers flip.
Awesome. We're gonna need to pan real quick.
Oh, that was loud.
What?
That was loud.
Sorry.
Pan the Sony camera over.
Oh.
Patrick Five Trick says troubleshooting CBs. Any status?
What's a CB? CB. I don't know what a CB is. Is my brain not working?
I'm trying to think what pinball machine is CB, if that is what you're actually saying.
Well, it says troubleshooting CBs. I don't think a CB. Huh.
Circuit breakers.
Oh,
Womp, womp, womp.
yeah. Well,
Cricket breakers.
we don't break crickets. I did say that we were going to work on getting some circuit breakers done, but I have not had time to actually do that. That being said, yes, everyone should make some troubleshooting circuit breakers. They're amazing. Let me show you mine just in case no one saw that whole spiel. You want to put that flipper over on?
I will. You know, and the Sony.
Bruce
Yeah.
said, I have an idea for a game. Who do I talk to?
Yourself, man. Make it.
Yeah, make your own game. Yeah, definitely. Join the homebrew community and make your game into a reality.
Yes, and then you can
download Visual Pinball on your computer and start designing it.
then you can realize how hard pinball actually is.
And how fun and satisfying it is too.
Yes, very much so. But you know, you got to give a shout out to the people in the industry that actually design and make these things because it's insanely difficult.
So intricate.
So intricate, so much. I have these low amperage
For
circuit
sure.
breakers.
Someone needs to make an Archer. It's been done.
Yeah.
It's
Archer.
called Iron Maiden.
Now it's Iron Maiden, but this is the circuit breaker I have. This one is a 3 amp, but I have like a bunch of
wait.
different. What are
I'm
you doing?
trying to get to it. I'm all frozen. Sorry. Sony.
Your laptop?
No.
It's just a circuit breaker.
Oh.
I soldered wires to the end of the circuit breaker and then put a blown fuse in between. And you could stick this in, and if it blows up, you don't blow a fuse. You just have to reset the breaker. So they're harder to find than you'd expect, like to find a 1 amp circuit breaker. But someone on this show did tell me you might be able to find them at boating supply stores. So
Interesting.
give that a shot. But I'd like to make them at some point. So.
Sure. Well, so are we going to see the money shot of the flippers working and then call the show?
Sure.
Send Kelly on her way to vacation?
Ow!
That sounds like fun. I'm trying to
She's
find another
ready.
pinball. I know I have just like junk pinballs. Oh, there's one.
Oh,
in the game.
gosh. Kyle's looking for a pinball.
Yeah, you just had them in your hands.
Yeah. No, I put them in. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. You push that one. Look at that. They look like
Yay.
flippers. Now let's just plunge the ball and hit it once, and then pop bumpers need some adjusting. Ooh. This is the fun part because now you get to tune the game and get it to play well. So we'll do that soon. Plunge that ball. Let's at least. Oh crap! I didn't put the up kicker back in. That's okay. We won't hit. Oh. Hit it. Look at that. They're wonderful and powerful, and they do things. All right. I deem that good. Good job.
All right.
Yay. Go team.
We'll see how long they work, because maybe one of them will come loose, or maybe, I don't know. But
Well, they get the most wear and tear, so that's why this was such an important day.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
And now we have time. Wait, camera again. You know what? I'll just stand in front of Dale, because I'm prettier than Dale. All right. So that's cool. No one wants to know anything. I'm going to bend down a little bit so I'm in frame.
There you go.
The mean lean. All right. Well, thank you all so much for an awesome show. Great job, Kelly and Kyle.
Yeah, thanks.
Kelly, we
No
hope
problem.
you can join us again on another show.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
future.
that'd be great.
And next week
He
we
does know.
will continue to work on Simpsons. I guess it'll be more of the tweaking and fine tuning.
If you want to, I did get this on Monday.
Uh-oh.
A big box of R&D. It says packing list Rampomatic. Indy 500 ramp set for Kyle / Marco TV. Thank you, Jody.
Ooh.
So we could we could test fit the ramps on Indy 500 as well.
Okay, cool.
Or we could do a combination. There is probably a bit we could do here. I do need to do a lot of work to Indy 500 before we even touch it. So,
Yeah, so work on that first. We'll do Simpsons again, and then when that comes back, maybe we can get Jody on the show with us. That's what I really want.
Yeah, I can
You
ask
think
him.
so?
Jody, if you're here, does your real job interfere? Does your real job need you
That's part of
between
it.
3 and
it's
5 p.m.?
marketing for Ramp-O-Matic. It's great.
Yeah. Well, that's the cool thing is a lot of these guys, it's not that's not his job, right?
Right.
Right, that's who you're saying.
That's his
It's
side gig. Yeah.
He has an actual
because
job.
he has so much passion for pinball, and we would
That's
be
right.
so lost without those ramps that he makes. We want to go up to and watch the ramps. If you guys ever seen like those big plastic presses that, I don't know, it's like forms. It melts. What is
Yeah.
it? It melts the plastic over it to create the ramp. Those big
Yeah, it's called
ramp molds.
vacuum forming.
Vacuum forming. That's what we want.
Yeah. Well, we
I
can.
want to see that.
Let's make sure we go to the Allentown show, and we could go drive over and visit Jody at the top secret Ramp-O-Matic compound. Make it happen.
Man after
You can see my
man.
forehead.
Alright.
Hey, wait. There's one
All right.
question. Let me answer one question first, because this is a
Oh my gosh.
broken wires need to replace. No, you get like 1,000,000 points from me if you replace the color wire with the same color, and we have a lot of standard Williams color wire. So look at our website. It's really hard to find because it's hard to find things on our website sometimes. But
That's what customer service is for. Give us a call. Shoot
Exactly.
us an email.
call Kelly and say, I need purple and yellow wire. Yeah, and hey, thanks, Meatloaf Man, for calling me fancy. I drink my
last
bubbly water.
question, for real though, what temperature do you keep your soldering iron at?
Like 750 or 800 Fahrenheit.
Nice. Me too. All right. Thank you everybody for joining us. Stick around if you're on Twitch. We're gonna go say hi to Play Better Pinball, who is playing an Aztec.
420 degrees.
I want an Aztec.
Bye,
420
guys.
degrees. Yes. All right. Bye everybody.
Bye.
See ya. I'm gonna play our splash.
Monorail.
Oh, I should have
Monorail.
played